It will be a chance to take a new look at a people almost exclusively associated with the suffering of war. And this year, the Red Gauloises will be a round-the-clock event. We have selected a non-stop course. We wanted to do this for a long time. It's in keeping with the true spirit of the Red Gauloises. A start, then a finish. Previously, we had to stop at night for safety reasons. This time there will be a start, a finish, and no hold-ups on the course.
Ça va? Ouais, pour l'instant. On verra après. Tu t'amuses? Ouais, on se régale.
I think this time round there are maybe 10 teams on the starting line that might win. But it's very open, because right at the end there are unknown factors that may change everything.
Il y a des facteurs qui peuvent rentrer en ligne de compte et qui peuvent tout changer.
We just started, so Red Gauloises, it's just beginning.
Looking forward to the rest.
Looking forward to the rest, and well, we will see if 2 hours or nothing, or I think we are going to rest 2 hours today, or we will see what happens.
Thank you.
See you.
See you.
Pour l'instant, tout va bien.
Bonne chance.
En fait, on est parti.
We started off walking, just like all the other teams. Then Fred needed a rest, so he stopped. It turns out he's more exhausted than we thought. So we decided to stop the race and carry on just for the fun of it, exploring Vietnam. The race has just started, and this is the first incident. The day before the start, a member of the speed team had a road accident. Fred, who lives in Hanoi, offered to replace him. But now their hopes have been dashed again. When this young man turned up, it gave us new hope, even if it seemed quite unreal. For 2 hours, everything seemed fine. We set out, made the start, prepared everything, said to ourselves, okay, let's go, we'll catch up with the others. Unfortunately, it's all over now. I wish the others luck. Spee was one of the favourites. Now they are out of the race after less than 2 hours. It's the end of the adventure for Spee, but they decide to carry on to the finish, just for fun. The race goes on. The teams are preparing to negotiate several hundred kilometers by bike. But first it's time for some food. We just arrived. We'll eat, patch up our feet a bit, and then try to get our strength back on the bikes, get the stiffness out of our legs. Some of them are already in pain due to the intense effort, but nothing dents their enthusiasm and determination. It's really a challenge for teamwork. It's also the culmination of an old dream. We've been at it for a year and a half, thinking about little else, sending each other emails all the time, don't tell my boss, asking, what do you know about this gear? Did you find that lamp? 10 yards of rope? Is it light enough? And now we're in Vietnam, and we've got to get on with it. The humidity and heat make conditions very tough. The trekking sections that alternate with the biking add to the wear and tear on feet, and getting them wet all the time prevents healing. They found a great ferry. Just to get on the ferry with the bikes, we had to wade 5 meters. Then we got to the other side, there was another dip in the water. We even had to play at being Sherpas because one person's feet are so bad we had to carry him. So they stayed pretty well dry for a change. At this stage in the competition, things went wrong for Parallax. They had been in the lead since the start, But then they missed their way after checkpoint 36. Worse still, one of them realized 4 spokes on his bike had broken. It was 5 in the morning. But Parallax were in luck. A local man turned out to be something of a mechanic and managed to repair both wheels. So off Parallax went in the early morning.
Expecting this?
The stifling daytime atmosphere forces teams to do as much mileage as possible by night, but it makes finding their way very difficult. Picking out the narrow paths is a major challenge, and at any time they may slip and fall.
Nossa, sabe que horas passou a primeira? 1h15 da tarde. We were trying to get in the PC4. That was really hard. And I was coming back to try another way. And I didn't see, was slippery and a lot of bamboos. And a bamboo broke and I fell. I could die in that, the hole that I fell into. I really could die.
For about an hour and a half we had 10, 20, maybe 30 kids following us. Emma taught them songs, which was nice. At this point in the race, managing sleep becomes critical. Since the start of the raid, some teams have relied exclusively on their determination to keep going, without ever stopping. But lack of sleep has suddenly caught up with them. They are visibly exhausted. As they can no longer concentrate properly, they have lost their bearings in time and space.
Is anything up there, John? It's pretty good back there. What happened? Can't just disappear.
Non, 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 j'essaie très fort.
On va la remettre, Michel.
Come on, Adventure Man.
Adventure Man, how's it going?
5 foot.
Yeah, baby.
Once again, the help of local people saves Parallax. The hospitality of a family of peasants provides some much-needed comfort.
Le magasin, là, si tu veux. Ah, le magasin est là. Oh là 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 là, allez. Paradise.
Being self-sufficient like this encourages contacts with the people in each village, who earn some money selling them food. A regular supply of drinking water is also vital to competitors' survival. It requires constant attention.
Ça va très bien.
We're doing fine. The team is closely knit and we're making good progress. I reckon I must have drunk about 16 litres since yesterday. We each have 2 1-litre flasks and we top one up every hour, sometimes less, and drink the other one. Water intake is very important. If you run short, it's all over. The teams are relieved to reach the support center, where they can relax and recover their strength.
What's happening? What's going on?
We will find out in the next episode of Ride Gaulois.
Our team has concentrated on small and lightweight equipment.
Percy Pink.
There's going to be a lot of changes, with people making map-reading mistakes as well as physical problems. The heat is intense. There's a big risk of dehydration. So, strategically, the priority is to look after our feet, drink enough, and cope with the heat. An accident could happen any time. Just after the break, Nokia is busy preparing the canoes. It's time to be off.
Give me a reveal shot, mate.
The teams all like the canoeing sections, which are relatively peaceful after the strain of the trekking and biking.
I would say the last 2 hours were very unpleasant. It was just unbelievably hot, probably over 100 degrees, and we ran out of water, and just very uncomfortable, and really just playing mind games, doing a lot of hallucinating. So it was interesting. I think today is the day that I discovered that the raid has actually begun.
Vieste Ida are still worried. One of the team members is sweating a great deal due to the extreme humidity, and physically he is really suffering. The pain is often hard to bear.
C'est un gros morceau de cale.
Oui, mais c'est dessous, je pense. Aïe, aïe. Ah! Ah oui!
Bon, bah nickel. C'était celle-là qu'il fallait avoir.
Moi, c'est mon premier raid, donc j'étais pas trop au courant.
It's my first time on a raid. I wasn't expecting it to be so tough. My feet are really painful, and I'm slowing down the team quite a lot. But that's the way it is. We have to make do, because there's no alternative anyway.
Faut faire avec, parce qu'il n'y a pas trop le choix.
The toughest part is managing sleep.
Have you had any sleep so far? On a dormi 4
We
heures.
slept 4 hours. 4 hours in 3 days.
3 jours.
Exploring a country on its waterways is always a special experience. But now competitors will be taking a look at what goes on underground.
It's small and we're really stiff. Is the problem. And sore. Okay. Whew.
It's pretty cool.
Got the slide, it might drag itself up. là, il fait chaud là. C'est pas la même température.
Allez, allô. Allez, oh.
¿Por qué estoy sufriendo tanto?
Why all this pain? Why did we come all the way here? Did I really need to come to Vietnam to suffer like this? I have no idea of the answer. Maybe when I find out, I'll be able to get some decent sleep.
Il y a beaucoup d'équipes qui sont fatiguées.
There are a lot of teams that are exhausted. I think the woman in the American team is ill. But Ertibs is making a comeback. We shall have to work hard to reach the end of the course. See what happens. Anything may happen before we reach the finish.
Tout peut arriver.
Pascal est tombé malade. Voilà.
Pascal is ill. We thought it would be better if he stopped. We gave him some medicine and he's gone to the support center. We carried on. We're missing one person anyway. We started out as 5 and we'll pick up the other person soon. So there's 4 of us, with the last man at the support center.
Il nous attend l'assistance, on le sait.
We met some very friendly people, lots of smiling faces in the villages and paddy fields, all over the place. It's great. Ah, that'll be brilliant. For many of the participants, the raid is a chance to find out about themselves, test their limits and stretch them further than ever before. It is a long and testing process, but for those who succeed, it is a major achievement. Sometimes they even have to walk on a tightrope.
You got names for him?
There are also unwanted intruders they would be happier without, an unwelcome tropical speciality. The South Africa team is very disappointed as they have to pull out of the race. After several days at 33 degrees centigrade in the shade, one of the team is suffering from dehydration.
Training and preparation and finding sponsors, and now he's just dehydrated or whatever he is. Yeah, it's very disappointing. We can't get to be ranked.
The leaders are entering the home stretch. The end of the race is in sight as the first sea kayaks reach the little port of Cat Bar on the edge of Halong Bay, with its 3,000 islands. VSD Ida comes first, winning the 11th edition of the Red Gauloises after 6 days and 19 hours racing.
Alors, en vert. Super, bravo les gars. Bon bah j'espère que ça va bien fait ton tour. Ouais, mais vous avez connu tout le monde. Ah ouh. C'est bon choix. Ouais. Super.
Merci Alain.
When we were in the kayak, we had no idea where the others were. As we had a 15-minute penalty, we didn't want to stop, so we just carried on without sleeping. We had no idea whether the others were 10 minutes or 5 hours behind.
À 10 minutes ou à 5 heures.
The thing I thought was really great was we could really count on local people in our raid strategy. We could go to the villages, buy food, rest in nice cool houses, and the people were happy to accommodate us. It wasn't just a huge physical challenge, but also a chance to get to know local people, which was really nice. Close behind VSD Ida comes Nokia, then Ertip's X-Adventure, finishing second and third respectively. Parallax, Lapin Coulter and Emma Brazil finish in the top 10. It's the end of a non-stop race over 1,000 kilometers, the longest so far in the history of the Raid Gauloises.
Finally! I can't explain. It's the most amazing feeling that I ever had. Yeah. I'm very emotional and tired. Oh, Cacá, valeu, moça. Mais uma coisa.
Attention, vous mettez les pieds par terre, c'est vachement...
Dans le Grand Nord canadien au début du siècle.
When people used canoes in the far north of Canada at the beginning of the last century, it wasn't for sport, but to go from A to B. In the Raid Gauloises, it's the same. When we do an activity, it's to go from one place to the next, in the most sensible way available. If there's a river, we'll use rafts or dinghies. If there's a mountain, we'll climb it. If there are horses, we'll ride them. If there are trails suited to mountain bikes, we'll use them. It's all part of exploring the country.
C'est donc toujours une découverte